What's up? We got Supergirl Season 2, Episode 15, Oxidus. So this episode starts off with a regular, normal family listening to some music while the daughter's totally groaning at their embarrassment. But that's when they're pulled over. That's when they're pulled over by some Cadmus people, and the family's revealed to be all aliens. We only see the husband turn into an alien. He tells his family to run, the daughter runs, but the daughter gets captured, and so does the wife. So, basically, then Kara's like, ooh, this is the lot. This is the, wow, now that the Cadmus has the DEO registry, what are they gonna do? What are they going to do? So what are they gonna do now that Cadmus has the DEO registry? And they're like, yeah, now we have to take everyone, including, we have to now put Jeremiah Danvers as a threat and a hostile. But obviously Alex is like, so at the bar, Alex is, very worried about her dad, and Maggie's like, yeah, I don't believe he's a threat and a hostile, Alex. I love you. But then that's when, and we see Lyra, I'm so hard to say her name, Lyra, and when hanging out with James, and they're basically talking about how he's like, I'm surprised, Lyra, I'm surprised you can speak total win. And she's like, yeah, but then there's a big explosion that happens, and Cadmus takes Lyra and all the criminals, and this makes Win freak the crap out. Basically, just saying about, hey, if something bad happens to her, it's your dad's fault, Alex. And so basically, they have the guy, and Alex goes badass mode, just kicking the guy and beating him for information. But John is like, Alex, stop! I know. And he's like, she's crazy. And he's like, if you don't talk, I won't stop her next time she comes in here. And yeah, so she's like, I was going to let him go. I was going to stop once he talked. And he's like, go home, Alex. So then Jeremiah appears out of nowhere and is like, hey. And she's like, John would never agree to this. And he's like, Cadmus let me out, and I was only using Cadmus for my own gains, So yeah, that's what. And so he's like, John would never agree to this. He's like, John's not family, but we are. Will you help me, Alex? And she's like, yeah, I'll help you. Until it's revealed that Deck is John in disguise. And she's like, John, you were using my dad's phone to trick me? And he's like, yeah, I used it to see if you were ready. And it seems like you're not, because you were basically just betray us to help your dad. So yeah, you're off the case. And she's like, wait, what? And she's like, John. And she's like, good night, Alex. And yeah, John just kicks her off that case. Because I'm guessing if that was her real dad, she would say, if her real dad said anything like that, she would actually join him. So Kara's like, John's not fair, but I don't agree with John, but I do agree with what he said, Alex. You haven't been yourself. And she's like, why don't you just go to John and tell him that I need to be on this case? And she's like, Alex, I think John's right. I think he needs some time alone just to process things. And then she just leaves. So then Maggie's like, yeah, I don't agree with Kara at all. Let's go to Cadmus and rescue your dad, babe. So yeah, so that's basically their plan. They find the alien that Cadmus is about to get, but then they save that alien and sneak into Cadmus themselves. So back to this little Kara storyline. There's a Kara storyline. It's that Kara Kara's trying to like publish the paper on the alien registry, but Snapper won't let her because sources. You can't have a source. So and he's also like, you can't have Supergirl be your source every time. So basically, she flies in as Supergirl and decides to and doesn't give Snap. He's like, hey, if you give me the information on who gave the information to you, I can only help you. She's like, yeah, no. And he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna print the story card because Supergirl didn't give me all the information I wanted. So she decides to publish the story herself due to her own credibility, but that basically gets her fired from Catco because she did it without Snapper's okay, and he actually. And Lionel was even like, hey, I agree with you. I will help you publish the story. So yeah, so Kara gets fired from Catco because she published the story without Snapper's justification and approval. So she gets fired. But he's like, hey, I was actually rooting for you. So yeah, kind of sad that Kara gets fired, but he was actually rooting for her the entire time. But she doesn't have what it takes to be a reporter, so Kara will have to find another job. So anyway, back with the whole Alex storyline. Alex is able to get to Cadmus and finds her dad, and her dad's able to say, hey, Lillian wanted to kill them, but I wanted to send them to different planets. And she's like, you want to send them back to where they came from? What if they came from death and other stuff? You're basically killing all the aliens. And he's like, you're doing what Cadmus wanted. So Alex is able to convince her dad to turn over new leaf, sort of, and become a good person. So yeah. But she blows up everything. He's like, Alex is flying this ship. So Kara has to do this super cool moment where she and Alex Kara touches Alex's hands from outside the glass, and Alex touches her hands from inside the glass. It's a great moment. So they're able to save the day, and they're able to save the day, and save the day. They're obviously able to do that. So yeah, they are able to save the day. So Jeremiah is still out there. Lillian is still out there. Kara is fired from Catco, and then at the end of the episode is Mom and Kara hanging out. We see two people in a ship seeing how they've come to Earth. So, what does that mean, baby? What does that mean, and what does it mean for the style of the show? So, what does that mean, show? What are you getting at? So, anyway, I still thought the episode was pretty good. It was a pretty good episode, girl. Yeah. Bam, pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew, pew. So, yeah. But anyway, I still thought that was a pretty good episode of Supergirl. It was really good. It was a really enjoyable episode. I found it okay. It was really good, but it was okay. John, taking Alex's dad's form to make her was kind of wrong. Dude, what was the point of that? And And yeah, Carr getting fired is also sad because Snapper basically refused Carr that he actually believed in her. But anyway, that was it for this video. And I'll see you next time for some more Supergirl.